Hello everyone, Luke here and welcome back to the channel. So, if you saw my previous video where we actually made these nice square frames using clamps, well, this one's going to be a little bit of a follow-up, and that is how to actually reinforce these mitre/butt joints. And there's going to be a really cool tip in this video, but I want to get to that in a second. So, let's get set up. Right, so before we actually get to that, I forgot one very important thing. What do you need? How did I forget that? Well, you're going to need a drill, some drill bits and some dowel, any thickness that you like, depending on what you're trying to what type of mitre/butt joints you're trying to reinforce. But for me, I'm going to be using 6mm. So, let's get set up. Okay, so the idea for this is actually pretty simple, and the idea is to drill 45-degree angles going from corner to corner, going through the butt joint or the mitre joint, and then we can put a piece of dowel going all the way through, and that should reinforce it majorly. And you're probably wondering how we're going to drill a 45-degree angle, because if you're like me, I'm really bad at seeing these angles. And this is the tip that I was talking about. So I grabbed a piece of card like this, I folded it like this, and this right here is a 45-degree angle. So what I do is then line that up nice and square against my piece of work, and then I know exactly which angle to hold my drill bit at. And I just thought that was really clever. So let's do it. Also, one last tip, it's quite difficult to go straight in at an angle. So usually what I like to do is drill straight down nice and square, only about 1mm in. That way your bit actually has a nice piece to go into, and it should catch and you should be able to draw at a nice angle. So let's do it. Oops, and I forgot to mention one more thing. I'm using a nice 2mm drill bit to go through just to drill a pilot hole, and then I should be able to go through it straight away with a 6mm and then put my piece of dowel in. So I'm going to do that with every corner. Rightio, I've actually finished drilling all the holes out of this, and as you can see, let's try and get that focused. Lovely, I've drilled my holes all the way around at 45 degrees. I've then cut 4 pieces of dowel right here, whoops, and now all we're going to do is coat them in glue and tap them into the holes, and that should strengthen the whole thing up. So let's do it. And there we go, this has had sufficient amount of time to dry. I've sanded down all the excess pieces of dowel, and now this whole frame is incredibly strong. So I definitely thought that was worth sharing, because I didn't realise that you could actually do that. And that second little tip that I put in this video on how to actually draw these 45-degree angles just using a piece of paper or a piece of card, I thought that was really cool, and I'm definitely going to be using that in the future for sure. But with that being said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments, and I'll try my best to answer them all. Anyway guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later.